Are you receiving some mixed messages about the Austin, Texas real estate market? Well, I know I am, and I'm actually a real estate professional who's been doing this for a long time. But I always refer to the actual market statistics. And I think this will answer some questions for you. Homes on an acre or more in the Austin, Texas market are actually showing some signs of shifting, but it's not a complete message. As a matter of fact, it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm going to see if I can interpret these for you. Hi, it is Stuart Sutton at Acre Plus Homes. We're going to see if we can help you out with some of these statistics for Austin, Texas homes on acreage. Yes, there are some signs that the market is shifting, but there are also some very strong signs for the opposite argument. Here we go. In May of 22, now we actually started seeing things slow down activity-wise in May of 22. Agents felt fewer showings. They felt less activity in the way of response to new listings, being put on the market. Let's see what actually happened in the way of real stats. The number of sales in May of 22 compared to 21 was up about 7%. That's pretty impressive, especially since last May was absolutely incredible. So the number of sales was up. Now, when I say sales, we're really talking about closings. So those typically would have sold, gone under contract in April. The next stat shows the average price up 22% over May of a year ago. Now, if we started feeling a little less activity in fewer showings, that's probably going to show up in June. But these closings show that the market was still very strong for closings in May. 22% above a year ago, that is very impressive. Price reductions. Here is where we see some signs of a shifting real estate market. 31%. That was the increase in the number of homes that reduced their prices in May. The number of homes that reduced their prices actually indicates that the market might be slowing down a little bit. Now, using the word slow is really not fair because the market is so blistering hot that a decrease in activity doesn't mean it's getting slow. It just means it's not what it was a few months ago. Let's take a look at the days on market. They're actually down. Homes are selling faster on the average, 15 days for homes on an acre or more. That's pretty incredible. So we've only seen one sign of a shifting market. Everything else has been strong. But here's another sign of a slightly shifting market. Although this is a very strong statistic. Homes are still selling on the average above asking price. Not some of them here and there. On average, the average home sells 2% above asking. Now that's well below a year ago. About 4.4%. That's substantial. So that's another subtle sign of a shifting market. And here is one more. The number of homes that sold over asking, 21.68% less than a year ago. So about 58% of the homes that closed in May went over asking price. A year ago, that was much higher. Another subtle sign of a shifting market. Now, the fact that 58% of homes sold over asking is a negative, well, when it was so incredibly high a year ago, it's really hard to believe that we would consider this a negative. But it is a sign of shifting. Homes that sold in 7 days or less. This is again the opposite of a shifting market. Homes that sold in 7 days or less increased by nearly 9.5%. So more of the homes that were in the market sold in 7 days or less than a year ago. So we're seeing, again, a mixed bag. However, a year ago, we didn't see a mixed bag. This year, we're seeing a mixed bag. Even a few months ago, we weren't seeing a mixed bag. The number of listings, this is a positive for home buyers that went on the market, 14.66%. So more homes went on the market in May of 22 than May of 21. The number of pendings were down in May. So you remember I said sales were up? Well, those were typically homes that went on the market in March and April. So in May, the number of pendings was down. So we'll see fewer closings in June. So although we saw more closings in May, we might see less closings in June. which again is a sign of a shifting market. If we're seeing more homes go on the market and fewer pendings, that's a subtle sign of a shifting market. I hope that's making sense. In an uncertain real estate market, it's more important than ever to understand how to price a home, how to establish value. And that's very different for homes on small acreage. There are many factors that aren't typical with subdivision homes. You might want to take a look at this video. Whether you're buying a home or selling a home on acreage, you're really going to want to know how to look at pricing and valuation. Hope it's helpful, and I hope to see you there.